Hi there, Dr. Andrea Schnowske from Freedom Chiropractic and Holistic Health in the Peoria Metro Center. This week, I want to talk to you about a protein smoothie because let's face it, it is hot outside. A lot of us don't want to eat because we are too hot and it just does not sound good to eat a big meal. So, I want to give you some protein smoothie recipes that will be great for you and your kids to make sure you're getting protein and healthy fats and also some immune boosting ingredients in them with fruits, vegetables, and also nutrition that will help to make sure you are staying healthy this summer. So I will pop in with a few recipes. I have a couple of my favorites that I will add. I also have some recommendations to add even more fruits and vegetables in there, or just making simple ones that your kids will love to make up themselves. So I will jump in with a short clip of that soon. Hi there, Dr. Andrea Schnowske.
And Tori.
And today we're going to be making a healthy kid-approved smoothie. So one of the most important things when it comes to smoothies, and especially for kids, is making sure we have good nutrition. Now, a lot of protein-packed smoothies are full of extra sugars and junk and everything else. So we're going to try to make this as clean as possible today. So we're going to start with a protein powder. This is one of my favorites. It's by Jarrow Naturals. It's unflavored, so there's no really added sugars to it. The great thing about it, one scoop gives you 18 grams of protein. So you can double scoop some things. You can add it into pancakes or muffins and really help to add into other meals and items. But we're going to use that for our smoothie today. The other thing we have is Greek yogurt, which also has quite a bit of protein in it. There's actually, I think, 15 grams. Is that what it says on there? Yeah, 15 grams per 3/4 cup. So we're going to make sure that we are using not only a protein powder, but a protein-rich Greek yogurt that's unflavored, so no added sugar. And we're also going to add some peanut butter in for some extra protein. Now, you can also add a bunch of other different things in for healthier fats. You can add chia seeds, you can add flax seeds, you can add ground of those. You can also add oatmeal in. You can add some avocados in. We are going to be making this simple today. So like I said, we're going to do protein powder, some Greek yogurt, some peanut butter for some extra protein. And then we are going to put some of our lower glycemic berries in. So we have red raspberries and blueberries. And then we also have strawberries today. And then we're going to blend this up. We have a little personal blender. And we're going to do a taste test. Now, sometimes when you use a lot of unflavored things, there's perfectly fine. There's enough that it tastes good. Sometimes it tastes kind of bland. So we might need to add some honey. We're going to do a taste test and see. And if that's the case, we'll add a little bit of honey and blend it back up. Sometimes you could add more fruit to do that if you don't want to add honey. I know Tori's a big fan of honey though, aren't you? Yeah. So let's go ahead and start with, we want to put liquids in first. Our blender has the blender top on the top, so I usually like to put protein in last, just so it blends up well. You may need, depending on how thick this is, so if you're using frozen berries, you probably will need to add a liquid. Sometimes just the Greek yogurt is perfectly fine and you don't really need to add much liquid. It just depends on how strong your blender is. If you do need to add liquid, water works great. You can use some milk products. You can use orange juice. You can even use like bone broth if you really wanted to, but not really the best flavor. So I usually add water. Orange juice adds a bit of sweetness. I just usually like to add the pulped version just so you have some of the fiber from it as well. So Tori, why don't you, we're going to go ahead. Why don't we put the fruit in first? So if you want to add that fruit in there, and then I'm going to grab a measuring cup. Perfect. So we've got raspberries, blueberries, and we've got some strawberries we're going to dump in. I don't know if we can fit all those. How about we take 2 of those out? We might need to blend a bit and add more. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and open the yogurt. Okay, so we need 3/4 cups. So we need 1, 2, 3. And then once you tap it down. Oh, it's flicking everywhere. All right, try again. we need a little bit of peanut butter. Got on my shirt. So here is a spoon for the peanut butter. I would just put, we want to do 2 tablespoons, so that's going to be like a big spoonful.
Why is there water in it?
Peanut butter separates when it gets hot a little bit. So you can use any type of peanut butter. You can use crunchy, you can use creamy, you can use more natural stuff that separates, whatever you want. But we want a nice big spoonful. That's
Can you mix
good.
that more?
Yeah, let me see it.
Mix it.
It's just the peanut butter gets hot and then it kind of separates a little bit.
Hi, Dash.
So we want to do about 2 tablespoons, so about a big spoonful. Since it is melted, it's actually a little easier to get in here and get it off the spoon. And then you can lick the spoon. Do not go, nope, don't go back in there. We're done. That's it. That's all we need. That's about 2 tablespoons right there. So if you want to lick the spoon, and then I'm going to add the protein powder on top. So we're going to do 1 scoop here. Now this is always the hard part because this needs to be close to the blender.
Mom!
It's mostly in there. It's fine.
It's on your shoe!
It's made a little bit of a mess. It'll be okay. I'm going to add a little bit of water.
We also have straws. Pink, blue, and green.
That's for a taste test because we're going to have to taste this. All right, I'm going to get the lid on and then we'll blend it up. We are back. We've got our protein smoothie blended. Now, this is the version. We didn't add any added sugars. We only added 2 of the strawberries because we kind of ran out of room. And I will say this is kind of thick. We're going to try it and see what we think, but we might need to add some honey in here if you think. What do you think? You think we need to add honey?
That definitely needs honey.
Needs honey. Okay. Let's do a little drizzle here. I would say about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to reblend this with that. Okay. Attempt number 2 with the honey added. Ooh, there we go. All right. Test it out. What do you think?
You need to test it.
I'm going to test it too, but you're the kid approved portion of this video. Better? I think that's perfect now. All right, so you don't necessarily have to add the extra sugar. A lot of times we'll take smoothie leftovers and we'll freeze them into popsicles as well. So make sure you try a smoothie recipe. And I also have, at the bottom of a recipe, I have a couple other things you can add in for extra protein as well as extra nutrition. So we'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye.